What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Double R RC Richie here. Welcome back for part 2 of SCX gets an LCG chassis. You saw my first video. It was time to update the C10 Panda, and I picked up another Injura LCG chassis. As you saw in my previous video, we picked up the Injura chassis for Vader over here. And, I like to rename my vehicles once they get a new look. So, we got a new chassis, new paint job. So this is Vader now. As you can tell, I'm a Star Wars fan. But yeah, this chassis is pretty cool. This was the 8-degree skid. So I said, you know what, let me get ahead and get the other one. So I went ahead and picked up the other one. This one is a little bit different. This one's customizable actually to lengthen for the Gladiator and your Power Wagons. So that was pretty cool. So yep, got this one. This one was pretty straightforward as well. One thing to note, the differences between this one and that one is this one feels a little bit more cramped versus this one. The way things are placed a little bit different, and I'll go into more details of what I did with this one. But you can see right there where the magnets mount. This one's a little bit more forward. This one's a little bit more rear. The shock locations back here are a little bit different. This one's over here. Kind of like the way this setup is better as far as the shocks. But I like the layout of this one better. And this one included these sliders, which I didn't utilize to put any electronics on there. Still running the stock in this one, so it's kind of fit better over here. And I just kind of laid the battery on top. But yeah, this one over here is a 6-degree skid. And as you saw in my previous videos, we are running the MB100, and I was running the MB100 off of the stock ESC because you can't do it with the V1. But that created an issue. I just could not fit. I just couldn't get it to fit up. I mean, I tried everything. I had it in the front, in the back, and this does come with a couple different plates. I went this route, decided to keep the back plate out, so that's kind of all exposed. So I said, all right, what are we going to do? I said, you know what? My backup plan was eventually to switch out remotes and to just go single without on the backup of the other ESC. So I had my remote and receiver from the FX118. The problem with this is it has a weird shape. As you can see right now, I have it laying down. So that kind of caused a problem. So again, still trying to configure something, and I just couldn't get it. So I said, you know what? I'm sitting on some Lexan from a previous build of painting a body for one of my 1/8 buggies. I said, you know what? I'm going to attempt to make my first time making some sliders. So I think they came out pretty good. The way I visualize things, it's kind of different than other people probably. So I can get pretty creative. I kind of look at other people's ideas, and then from there, I kind of stem from that. But basically, my thought concept was to look for a square-edged 90-degree bend already in the Lexan. So I found 2 pieces of them like that. I cut them out. And then because it's clear, I kind of eyed it up to the 2 screws in the center, put Sharpie holes on there, and then proceeded to do more tracing out of where I wanted to cut it. So I started to tighten it up, and then I started banging to these screws. So I said, you know what, those need to be exposed. So anyway, long story short, this is what we came up with. And right now I'm still using hot glue. And right now they're not perfect. This is my first time doing it. My next run will definitely be even better. But you can see Fits perfect. I was able to put the electronics over here. So put the receiver on the right. I got the ESC on the left. Another thing, I was debating whether or not to open up the case, and I just didn't want to go through that trouble. I mean, I'm sure it's not trouble, but yeah, so we got those 2 screws in there mounted. She's not going anywhere. Problem is, it has a little bit of flex to it, so I tapped a little bit of hot glue on this side, on that side, kind of just to keep it this way. Again, I was playing around with FX118 shocks for this, and it just wasn't working out. They were just too big, causing the body to be too higher than I wanted it to be. So I said, let me just go back to stock. These stock shocks aren't that bad, you know. These are the oil ones. They come with the C10. So I had to play around with the fitment again, and I found a sweet spot. Got these all the way in the front, that front hole, and these are in the middle, in the bottom row. Still running the hinge mount. 50 turn. Decided to this chassis comes with double-sided Velcro. This one came with double-sided tape. At first I was trying to Velcro and decided, you know what, let's not do that. I like the magnet system better. It just holds it better. So did my magnets on here, magnets up there, and she literally on the way down is tight and it rubs right against that, but she definitely seals. There you go. So yeah, she's definitely sitting a lot lower now, and my whole thing is I like to run my bodies nice and low and tucked. So first initial runs, she kept rubbing, so I did some more trimming. So I don't want to do any more trimming if I have to. I like the way her stance is right now. So we'll see. I flipped around the hubs. Come to find out I have them in the furthest offset. So right now they're bowed out. That's cool. Yeah, this has mounting points for your upper links, as you can see right in here. So if you guys wanted to get creative, you can do some stuff with that. Right now, I kind of left mine in the factory position because yeah, there's no more I can really probably do with that right now. Yeah, so you can see underneath there. Ideally, but giving the high clearance links a lot of thoughts lately, and I know a lot of people do a lot of their own bending of the metal ones, but why do we go to metal links? Can somebody tell me why do we go to metal ones instead of the plastic ones? What they need to do is come out with the plastic ones with the bends in them. Yeah, so anyway, with that thought process, I said, you know what? Let me try and bend my own links. My stock plastic ones that I've been taking off of the SCX and the FX118. And then let me just try to come up with something so I can bend my own links, you know? So, yeah, you know, plastic, I've seen it in other videos of people warm them up. But I don't know the properties. I'm not a scientist. But the first time I attempted it, it kind of went back to form a little bit. So I said, all right, well, now what we need to do is heat it up again, bend the link, and the link needs to stay in that position until it hardens back up, whatever goes on with the, again, with the plastic properties. So with all that being said, let me just show you guys real quick. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this was my first attempt. Now this is a C10 rear link, which is the longest ones in the links of the C10. My first thought process was to heat it up and to bend it right here, right? So we did that at first, and like I said, kind of straighten back up. So I said, you know what, Rich, you can do better than that, man. So won't you come up with a jig? All right. So don't laugh at this. I'm still working on it, and I still need to perfect it a little bit better. So now with the jig, and this is just something I just thought about real quick, with some thumbtacks. At first I thought about nails, but I said, you know what, thumbtacks, why not? So my thought process was, take that in there. Sorry, you can't see. So my thought process was, okay, you take the take your link, and depending on where you want to bend your link at, put it in one end, and this is just basically to hold it in place. And the thing with this is, you're always going to have the same starting point. But no, she doesn't want to stay in there. Figures right on camera. But anyway, you get the gist of it. We're at the bottom of the point of the thumbtack already. So and then at this point, I just take my blow dryer, and I started to heat up the rod. Started to heat up the link, heat it up, heat it up. You don't have to heat it up a whole lot. And then all I did was just come over here, gave this a bend, started to bend it, bend it, bend it. It's going to be nice and soft, you know. And then at that point, while it was bent like that, I came over in the bend and then put it back inside the hole. And then kind of walked away from it and let it harden up, you know. So right now this is not matching because this was the first one I did. So I said, let me try to match this one with this one. And you see what happened. This time around, I got a little bit more creative. So while it was inside the jig, in the two holes, you want to put the heat back onto it again so it kind of warms up again while it's in that form. But I noticed you have to be precise of exactly where you bend it at. So in this one, I bent it over here and I focused on here. But on this one, I kind of bent it over here, and then when I put it in the jig, it kind of bent that way. So either way, you know, you get the concept of it. But look, that hardened up, and now she's in that form. But anyway, this is just something that I was just working on. I'm going to try to play around for a little bit more. And if somebody could let me know in the comments, this is my first time really dealing with crawlers all like this, but is it beneficial to extend the front for crawling? To make the front, you know, your front longer? Is that going to make it climb better? So I was just wondering. So that's what I'm thinking about doing, is putting front C10 links in the front, you know, on another build possibly or something like that. But yeah, man, back to this. Sorry about that. I got sidetracked. I just want to share that with you guys. So I said, you know what? New chassis, new look. We gotta change her up, man. So sorry, Panda. She is not Panda anymore. I give you Darth Maul. You got Vader and Darth Maul. I even painted the headlights a little bit of red. So yeah, I said, you know what, man? Let me same paint that I'm sitting on. I got some black, I got some red, but you know, the chrome bumpers and stuff, I say, you know what, it's always bothering me, man. I said, you know what, I'm gonna black those out. I wonder if it'll work. Here you go. So I don't know how well it's gonna hold up, you know, once we start getting all chipped up, but I blacked out the front grille. Went back in my bag and pulled out the nerve bar with the lights. The one thing I like about this nerve bar is you can remove the lights. So that was pretty cool. Took those off. The other ones, I kind of left them on for my FX118. But yeah, we got the satin black. Satin black bumper. And again, I kept the bumper because it's kind of part of the hinge mount. I'm still rocking the hinge. But yeah, man, I think she's looking real good. So yeah, my concept was, you know, to create Darth Maul. So I said, you know what, red and black. So what I did was I gave it about 2 coats of the satin black. And then I hit it with red. But when I hit it with the red, I kind of hit it with a red from a distance because I wanted to get like a mist on it. And as you can see, she started to get in some little spots. And I was like, you know what, that's what I like. I like the little spots right there. Kind of looking like blood. So it definitely kind of got all dotted up like that. And I said, I want to just do it just like that. Don't want it to let it coat all the way through. So you see it's coming through. And then after that, we only did that with probably just 1 coat. And then I just hit it with some wet sanding. Took out some of the lines on it with the black showing up. But again, this is my second paint job on here. So I had to be careful because if I kept sanding, I might reveal Panda again, bring her back from the dead. So we didn't want to do that. But yeah, man, here we go. This is Darth Maul. It's looking good. But yeah, one thing left to do is get on that course. One thing I noticed too, man, now that I'm rocking the went back to the Fly Sky. This MB100, man, she's nice. She's real nice. If you guys haven't upgraded to Injura 50 turn or even this ESC, you sleeping. This thing is no joke. So this is the problem I was having is definitely right in there. I was getting a lot of rubbing from before. So we did some more trimming. Hopefully we good. But definitely that front bumper. But I don't want to do any more trimming. You know, it's not that bad. Right now she's loose. I think she's loose. When I say loose, as far as, yeah, I'm not banded. So I kind of took off the bands because so I could let the suspension flex a little bit better to help me with the rubbing of the body. But we'll see if it affects it or not. Yeah, and another thing too, we went up in weight because we switched out the wheels. You know, I was rocking the white wheels, which were the same exact wheels, the white ones stamped. These are the black stamped Enduras. And we still rocking the Hyraxes. I'm sorry, these are trenchers. These are the Hyraxes. And these are both, to date, my best tires, man. These are probably the grippiest tires I own right now. And so far, I've only tried Little Buddy. Little Guy Racing and Injura and these Pro lines. But yeah, man. I think she's looking good. Let's see how this black chrome holds up. Got the black chrome. All right, stay tuned. We're going to head over to Mount Richmore. Another thing is, normally my new little concept of, as you can see on one of these, is this is how I videotape. Got the idea from another fellow YouTuber. And pack of 4 from Amazon. Cost you like $8. But the problem is my last one for this one, I'm not using that remote anymore. And it's literally, I thought I'd be able to take the thing off. I said the one time when I use any other glue, it comes right off. Now I've been using tire glue and this thing is like, it won't come off. It started to split the case on me. I put a screwdriver underneath. I said, all right, let me just leave it. So, yeah, with that being said, the footage will just be on the tripod, so, you know, I'll try to pause it between shots. All right, stay tuned. Okay, we out on Mount Richmore. It just dawned on me that I'm sitting on three other 5-sky remotes. So I just realized, you could just bind it up to the other one that has the camera mount. Here we go. Sounds a little different. I started using this remote. Ooh. It's always a tricky line. I don't know why I always try it. Not many cars can do it. Yeah, she is definitely a lot composed now, man. I don't know what that noise is, though. This battery might be low on this remote too. It's blinking. Good side hill right there. Whoa. I don't know my own stuff. Ooh, that was a bad line. Let's hit that again. HOG. It's too busy tripping. Yeah, you go. Darth Maul, baby. New and improved. LCG chassis from Injura. MB100. It's the new lightsaber right there. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.